I'm more or less the facilitator of the Occupy Actions Mid-Michigan team. Since the creation of the Occupation Actions Mid-Michigan, our efforts have been much more focused. People in Lansing are motivated. It has given us a place to meet and discuss weekly actions and long-term plans. Our first meeting was November 20th, 5 p.m. at Gone Wired Cafe. We had over 20 people attend. They were ready to start doing something, anything to raise their voices and be heard by the 1%. The meeting lasted almost 2 hours. It was very productive and positive. We came up with our first GA-approved action that night, a Black Friday mic check at the Meridian Mall. It went great. We were organized. We sent a press advisory and followed up with phone calls to assure media attention. About 30 of us descended on the mall food court. Our mic check was a short statement of shopping local or donating to charity. We were respectfully asked to leave soon after, and we did so peacefully. We did manage to continue the mic check as we left and into the parking lot. We had designated people to speak to the press afterward, and they did so eloquently. Success. Our second action decided upon at the second action meeting and voted approval at the GA was a testament on the speed to which we can organize and act. We learned about Senate Bill 1867, the National Defense Authorization Act, on Sunday night on 11/27, a horrible bill that could easily make any occupier, militant, combatant, and thrown in jail with zero due process. By the next day at noon, we were on the street in front of Senator Carl Levin's Lansing office with a petition, media attention, and educating people on the street about this atrocity against our freedoms. We then walked up to his office and hand-delivered the petition on it to his desk. We did all this in less than 24 hours. An action does not have to be big, elaborate, or complicated to be effective. We made our point, and with numbers as expressed by the petition. Another success. The action team meets every Sunday at 5 p.m. at Gone Wired Cafe in Lansing, Michigan. We are currently planning actions with regard to the foreclosure crisis. The action team and meetings have greatly invigorated our ranks. We are gaining the support of our community. We are open to the public and welcome anyone that is wanting to fight for progressive change. It's a very empowering experience in a time of great oppression. On a personal note, it's been one of the most amazing experiences of my life, and I've been to Burning Man twice. Submitted by Ken Dior. Any questions?
Sure. Could you talk a little bit about the action that we're doing today?
Well, today we're going into the streets and canvassing with people walking up and down the streets, making some noise. We're going to go door to door and raise awareness with petitioning for the emergency financial manager law. We're trying to get rid of that. It's a terrible, another atrocity on our democracy. Basically, if you're not familiar with it, the governor can say, "I don't like the way you're doing things, City X. I'm going to send in my own guy." Yeah, Benton Harbor's one.
Just took over Flint. They're threatening
Flint's
Detroit
another
right
one.
now.
That's what they're doing right now.
What's that?
Threatening
They're
Detroit.
making Benton Harbor a country club.
Yeah.
Taking away the park that was donated to the poor people to give it to the rich people that
No,
don't need it.
he's exactly right. And this is what's happening. It's this emergency financial manager law has basically become an excuse for land grab, for a big land grab of the rich.
And Lansing School District is on there too, on the watch list.
What's that?
Lansing School District is on the watch
Okay,
list. You might
that's
want
another
to
one.
look into that.
Anything else? Okay, thank you. See you in the streets. Up next, Bear.
Howdy, my name is Bear or Aaron Mayfield. I prefer Bear because it's more cuddly. I'm just here to talk about right now about this past week we met with Mayor Verge Bonero to talk about water sustainability, and we came to a compromise that the term that is being thrown around is decamping. We're not decamping. We are just not staying in the park overnight anymore. We're still going to maintain our presence down here from sun up to sundown.
And they watch.
And we're going to have a night watch at night, still protecting the park, because there have been citizens of Lansing in the community that have came up and told us that since we've been here, the park has been safer. We've seen people that have not walked through the park at night before just walk by, college students, people going to the various bars and stuff like that, and they've told us that they feel safer now that we're here. So we're going to have our information tent down here and stuff like that, and we're going to pretty much still with our direct actions, but this will more or less be like a base of operations here. We're not leaving the park. We're just not going to be sleeping in the park overnight. And the Lansing Police Department has been great in working with us on that, as well as the mayor's office as well too. So that's really all I gotta say. Anything else?
That's good.
No, that's good. Any questions?
How do you think this will affect your movement? Is this going to be, I mean, when we saw New York, when they were kicked out of their park, that their movement crumbled shortly thereafter. Are you worried about a similar thing?
No, not really. I don't think the New York movement has crumbled per se, but the true test of the Occupy movement is going to be, especially for the ones up north, is going to be the winter months. But if we maintain with our direct actions and our education and all that stuff, by the time the spring hits, we will be stronger, because this is what people are hoping, that the winter will make us go. And none of the movements are going to go. It's just we're trying to move forward and trying to keep people safe. Because the last thing we want is for someone to freeze to death or someone to get sick. So that's all we're doing. I mean, we're still going to be, like I said, we have our actions this afternoon. We have actions planned for the coming weeks. So we're just going to maintain our presence down here for y'all to see that, because this is a symbol. Yes.
Also, we're minimizing the camp, leaving it here, and we're going to be going into the fraudulently foreclosed on homes in the neighborhoods around our city. We're going to be occupying our homes that should be ours that the banks have stolen.
Any particular homes, or are you going?
Not yet, but
Strategically planning
yeah.
right now.
That's what we're in the process of planning that right now. Therefore, and it's like, and it's like y'all heard, you don't know where we're going to pop up next. This week we're on the east side. Next week we could be in Mason. We could be anywhere. You just don't know.
Peaceful guerrilla.
Huh?
Peaceful guerrilla.
Yes, a peaceful. I like that. A peaceful guerrilla movement.
Oh, and the more they suppress us, the more creative we get.
Yes. We also have some fun stuff planned too, but you know.
Tell her about the volleyball game.
Yes, next
Invite people to the volleyball
next
game.
Saturday at the Capitol, there will be a volleyball game. You know, it's gonna be fun because it's in the snow, which means I get to put on my bathing suit in the snow.
Really good. Santa and the Grinch are going to be there.
It's gonna be a fun event. It's just there to have fun. You know, there will be a 99% versus 1% game there.
I think we know who's going to win.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
Are you going to find any 1%ers to play?
Yes. 1% to play. I will play in the part of the 1%. I will don my suit and I will play in the volleyball game. But no, we're gonna, because the Occupy movement, we have our serious direct actions, but you also have your fun direct actions that can get the community involved as well. That kids can come to. You know, it's gonna be fun stuff. You know, like a karaoke party, dance party. You know, you just never know what you're gonna come up with next. It'll be fun. Come join us. Huh? Occupy. Occupy. I like that. I like the hockey glasses too, man. But yeah, any more questions?
So you said this was a compromise between the movement and Verge Bonaro's office?
Not the movement, between Occupy Lansing and the mayor. After we met with him and he brought his concerns and we brought our concerns, and this is the compromise that we came to.
So what will the park look like now? How will this, you said this is going to be a base of operations. What is that going to look like?
There's going to be a few tents. Not tents that people are going to sleep in. We're going to have an information tent. I believe we're still going to have our GA tent, right? We're going to have our GA tent and stuff like that.
Some people are going to plan to have some tents down here for during the day.
Yeah, we're going to have tents during the day as well.
Yep.
And it's pretty much going to be, because we've kept the park clean. We've kept the park safe. So I don't see any reason why we can't still have some stuff down here. Because it's not like we're making the park an eyesore. So, you know, the media's reported that, they've trashed the park and stuff like that. I have yet to see us trash the park. We have our trash pickup. We don't ash. The people that smoke, they don't ash on the ground. We have containers for that and everything like that. So we've actually made this park a heck of a better place. And I think the community sees that, and I think they know that, contrary to what is reported and what they've read.
Has the mayor's office said anything that would lead you to believe that this might not be agreeable to them? Are you worried about any action from their office?
No, not at all. Not at all. The mayor actually supports us. So, and that is a big thing, to have our mayor's support with the Occupy
We feel we're a model for the country, quite honestly. We've been peaceful from the start. We continue to be peaceful. And as long as we're cool, the mayor's cool.
The city is a model for the country. The way that the police department and the mayor have treated us.
Absolutely.
Especially, and I gotta, again, the Lansing Police Department are being really awesome, and they're working with us. We're on the phone with them. They know about our march. They wanted to know exactly how many people who's going to be there, so that they can have enough officers out there so that we can be protected while we march. So, anything else?
Are there plans to return the camps when the winter is over and make that overnight again? That would be the overall plan?
Don't know if it's going to be overnight, but that's a plan. We know that we are talking about, because March 17th is going to be it's going to be a march on your capital. It's a national call for a march on your capital. So we know that whether or not we're going to be allowed to have people stay overnight, I know for one that I will be staying overnight on the march for your capital. I know a lot of people here probably will be as well.
We were given permission for that.
We were? Okay, we were given permission for that then. Maybe I was zoned out. You cookies when we were talking about that.
They were good cookies.
Yeah, they really were good cookies in the mayor's office, I gotta say. But, anything else?
On the fact that
All right,
we're
thank
going
you,
to
and
work
that's
with
all I
us
got.
on how to